Thank you for coming today. My name is Supasuta Sharnprapai. I am looking forward to talking with you today about factors in aviation voluntary safety reporting. I would like to share some objectives of an international civil aviation organization or ICAO is to promote the safety and orderly development of international civil aviation throughout the world. The ICAO has been implementing safety management system or SMS into aviation industry. SMS composed of 4 functional components, start with safety policy, safety risk management, safety assurance, and the last is safety promotion. Safety management seeks to proactively mitigate safety risks before result in accident or incident by collecting safety data of lower consequent event or project performance and analyze the safety information or frequency of occurrence in order to determine if a hazard could lead to accident or incident. ICAO claimed that a mechanic for proactive hazard identifications is collecting safety data and safety information by a voluntary safety reporting system in order to eliminate latent conditions as inappropriate safety procedure, safety policy, regulation, human error, or active failure. Due to the mandatory safety reporting system did not capture all latent conditions. The data used to support safety analysis are reported by multiple resources, but one of the best resource of data is directly by frontline operational personnel like a pilot, ATC, aircraft maintenance, or engineer, because they observe hazard as part of their daily activity, netherless from passengers and general public. The Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand has begun implement the CAAT regulation number 22 related to mandatory and voluntary occurrence reporting in order to ensure the effective implementations of requirements across all service provider, including 7 sections in Thailand, as airport operator, air operator, general aviation, and navigation service provider, approved maintenance organization, approved training organization, and the last is aircraft product design and manufacturer. For this reason, the researcher were motivated to study voluntary safety reporting factor in Thailand service provider to encourage and proactive safety management. This research was applied with a mixed method, which include 3 steps of the research procedure. For step 1, this process is to study the variable concern the factor of voluntary safety reporting by first literature review from an international research related to reporting system, and secondly is literature review from both domestic and international manual conceptual document, and the last is in-depth interview with 17 key informants related in aviation industry, which considered by criteria expert in SMS training record, next experience in safety unit at least 5 years, or you can experience in voluntary safety reporting. For step 1, we can gathering all 65 variables in order to develop into an opinionnaire with Likert scale in step 2. In step 2, after that opinionnaire is what considered IOC by 3 aviation industry experts, then calculate the reliability with combat alpha by giving a tryout of survey to a group of 30 people, present the reliability at 0.94, which is considered as highly reliability. For collecting quantitative data, total 400 samples from safety personnel and frontline operational personnel in 7 service providers. An opinionnaire was separated into 2 parts. In the part 1, we'll do ask about general questions that gathering respondent information, And in the part 2 will be a 5-point opinionnaire related to voluntary safety reporting factor and variable, and including respondent suggestion in the part 2. After collect quantitative data, 400 samples to analyze, exploratory factor analysis or EFA is generally used to discover the factor structure of a measure and to determine its internal reliability. In this study, the researcher used the element extraction method by determining the possible number of components from 3 to 6 factors, and by using the method to determine the variance of variable or eigenvalue. For the part of data analysis, frequency and percentage were used to explain respondent information in part 1 of questionnaire. For the part 2 of the questionnaire was used exploratory factor or EFA with 2 test statistics. First is a KMO value that must be greater than 0.5 and close to 1. In this research, KMO was 0.635, indicating that the information of the analyzed data was appropriate to analyze the factor, and the Barrett test, which is considered to test the variable whether they are related or not. This presentation showed that it's not identity metric, the variable are related to another, therefore the data will be suitable and can be analyzed for further factors. In this study, the determinations of 5 factors was most appropriate in explaining the factor analysis. The eigenvalue should be higher than 1 to supporting these 5 late factor terms and conditions as designated by standard criteria. The variance of all factors was able to explain at 49.564% from the determinations of factor loading of each factor, considering the criteria from 0.5 or more, and each factor must have at least 3 or more variables to use to describe the voluntary factor analysis. The results found that 5 factors with sub-factor 43 variable meet the criteria, and 21 variable was eliminations from the opinionnaire. We will focus on the first factor. The first factor called public consciousness of the reporter, which consists of 9 variables. Public consciousness related to voluntarism, behavior pattern. First is self-consciousness for duty, responsibility, job description, and job specification. Secondly, public consciousness, that is engagement for organization and colleague. Third is social awareness, which is corporate image and sufficient budget for organization. For furthermore, related to protecting yourself from negative feeling and willingness to use knowledge and evaluations of employee to exchange their idea of voluntary. For the next factor, we call the corporate safety management, which consists of 10 variables to describe. These findings are corresponding to safety management system in component 1, related to safety policy, safety objective, are sort that comply with good management in organization, top management set clear objective for work and safety objective to support safety reporting in corporate policy. And the next is this factor corresponding to component 4 in safety promotion, which comply with good publication from safety unit to providing attending record with a good safety knowledge to all personnel in order to make intention to the reporter in organization. For the third factor, for implementation and response of the safety unit, which is described was 9 variables. These findings are complying with no acknowledgement and response of safety unit by reporting the progress of collective action or summary after they receive the report and how to solve the problem on safety unit. After that, capability of safety unit is applying the information of the report in order to improve safety by verify information with interact within reporter unit, which is consists of well relation among colleagues and just culture in organization. For the fourth factor, we call efficiency report system was a variable related to a characteristic of reporting system that affect to the reporter as a clear guideline and clear procedure for reporting. A secure incident reporting system that make reliable and trust by reporter reporting that a reporting form with a clear explanations and information to easy to understand language and has enough space to attach picture or description, and technologies such as online reporting system in organization for easy to use. And the last factor consists of three components of attitude. First is person response utilize of thought process, belief, listening, knowing advantage and disadvantage of reporting, including self-belief of the reporter. Next is the feeling and emotions describe that the willingness that come from individual need from the reporter. And the last is the behavior aspect of reporter and the safety unit in the good way. Therefore, 7 variables were named into attitude of the reporter. For the recommendation in the next research will be 3. The first one is to specific respondent age as a length in generation, because experience in using technology is different. And the second is to study the level of opinion in state authority unit. And number 3 is to compare the level of opinion among service provider in 7 types. Thank you for attention. Now I would be happy to answer any question may you have.
It might be me.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Any question?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask Ms. Supasuta.
Okay.
Sharnprapai. Ms. Supasuta, thank you very much for your presentation. I'd like to ask you about the eigenvalue. Who's the eigenvalue? I ever heard about that. I think thank you very much for your present about the new name, eigenvalue. May you feedback to another's eigenvalue. What is eigenvalue?
Eigenvalue is a variance of variable in each variable.
Who the methodology or the academic person who thinks about this eigenvalue? Whose theories? Eigenvalue.
Eigenvalue is a method in the statistic.
I see the Missy Kaiser, Meyer, Olkin.
Yes, Kaiser.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we have 2 or 3, and what about the opinionnaire? Opinionnaire, it means that you ask in the questionnaire in the online
Yes.
online questionnaire. Okay, you have the vocabulary in your text too, in your thesis too, in your research too. It is opinionnaire you use by you explain in the research. That's right.
Yes.
Okay, and the last one about the reporter's attitudes. Who's a reporter attitudes?
Reporter attitude is reporter is operational staff from 7 service provider that think that they
In
believe
the airlines.
yeah, 7 service provider consists of airline, airport, ATC.
Okay, that you concerned that you present. Okay, I think I noticed that it's concerned about the declaration of CAAT. That's right.
Yes.
Concerned about CAAT. Okay, Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, because of all of this declaration, and all airlines or all operator have to recommend all about this. That's right. Okay. That it says service provider, the airport operator, air operator, general airlines, general aviation, and we can say provider. That's right. Okay, I think that's a maybe confusion with who don't know about this one. I think it's a very good one because there's a concern about the regulation concerning of Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand. Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand had to believe all of this way to QA or to check on airlines, on activities of the airlines doing. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Supasuta. Okay, I had to see you. I hope to see you again. Okay, thank you.